No. We are currently missing Romulus. Romulus will be joining us when he is available. He has currently been waylaid, but will be joining us as soon as he can. So, are you all ready?
Aye, Captain. Yep.
We ain't doing that again.
Oh, always.
All
I
right.
can't hear you.
Hi, Captain.
Oh, good to see you all. And yes, I am copying last week's intro because I forgot to write one this week. But that's beside the point. Our horny squad, by the name of Cat, K, Curve, Romulus, and Vinny, have otherwise spent the past 3 days locked behind bars, or more accurately, the gates to Zakas. Now, with their ability to roam released from them, they are now able to move around and be free. This wasn't before Cat and Curve entered a wizard duel, of which Cat and Curve unfortunately did not win first place, but received wonderful participation awards in the form of 2 new friends and a wooden arm.
Do I still have that?
No.
Aww.
It dissolved after your new one was grown back.
Okay.
Or reapplied. No, because you reapplied it, you didn't grow it back.
Reattached. Yes, and I am
Reattached, yes.
sad because I didn't get to have my hand sandwich.
Anyway. As lovely as a hand sandwich sounds, now that the party have gone back and rested for the last day of the festival, the next morning was met with some meetings with the Taskmaster. Kay went and discovered a few bits and pieces about himself regarding his abilities and the abilities of those who are dangerous to him, while Cat and Romulus learnt a few things about how dangerous Cat actually is. With that and a list of things to collect, the party proceed southward out of Zakas, in hopes of heading and arriving at the giant fortress. So, let's change this music. It should be a nice time. So, first things first, I need to do a quick roll. For no good reason, don't worry.
Love it when he does that.
Dragon?
Nope,
Oh.
it's raining.
Giant.
The worst. You can't negotiate with that.
As you otherwise leave Zakas, you're otherwise having gathered up your things and gathered up your friends in this particular instance. All of you have grouped back together after your various meetings here and there, and are now leaving Zakas. It's been quite some time, but you are now free to roam and do as you please.
Curve tries to attack the rain.
It doesn't work.
Oh man.
Wow.
That is too resilient for you, Curve.
You don't even get a chance to roll. You just failed
No.
that hard.
No, you attempt to attack the rain, and as much as you try, the rain keeps falling and keeps resisting. You're unable to persist. You get a few stares from a few people, but at this point you're just getting past the gate. You're otherwise let out of the city with no issue of what you are carrying on your persons, and leave, heading along the Zakas Bridge. Now, as you were leaving at midday, the journey along Zakas isn't that bad, but unfortunately, it is a bridge. It is raining, and for my result, it is windy.
After everything, are we gonna die by falling off this bridge?
Nah.
So, as you otherwise are travelling, it is a heavy and windy day. Thankfully, the bridge has kind of 2 walls on either side of it to help protect the individuals walking across the bridge. And as previously mentioned, it is quite difficult to get on top of these walls, so they provide enough air cover for the most part to shield you against the wind. But that doesn't mean that you aren't buffeted by it on occasion when it changes direction or there's a swirl in front of you, as your hair is blown up and back, as your clothes are otherwise fluttering in the wind, as you're clutching yourselves tightly to keep out of the cold of the rain otherwise smattering down on you. Romulus seems to be the only one unfazed by this mostly. But you eventually arrive at the end of the bridge.
I think I made the weather angry.
The sky is crying because you were attacking it.
Little bitch. Sorry. Just
So.
muttering angrily.
Muttering
Do
angrily.
you just insult your weather there or something?
My weather.
Yeah, in hell.
I don't care for the weather here. Don't care for weather in general, to be honest.
So you don't insult your weather, you just don't care. So why are you being so rude to this weather?
It's too close. It's meddling. I don't like meddling weather. Weather should keep to itself, and I'll keep to myself.
But it is keeping to itself, you're just in the way.
No, it's in my way.
Technically, you're in its way, because it's always here.
I only take up a little bit of space, alright? So the weather should just take up just half of the space it's currently taking up right now. It's getting in my hair, it's getting on my skin, and it's getting on my clothes, and I do not like it.
That usually means that you stay inside when it rains. Do you want to go back inside?
No.
It's fine. You just need a hood. Keeps it off your head.
Have you got a hood?
I do.
Do you have a spare?
I don't.
Well then, good for you.
Proceeds to put hood up.
I'm sure Romulus will fashion you a hood. Just don't ask who it's made from.
Yeah, just don't be thinking about that.
I can do that, but I'll need time.
Oh, that moment when Romulus makes an umbrella and it's got a tail. Just like, what was
Romulus'
that?
inventory is terrible. I keep forgetting that. He doesn't
A
put weights of
tail.
things in here.
There's 100% more than tail on that umbrella.
Yeah, many tails.
Okay, sorry. Walking across the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walking to the end of the bridge. You otherwise arrive at what looks to be the very end of the bridge. It's not an abrupt cut off. The dirt does kind of smear onto where the bridge would be, but it does slope down very much so and almost sinks into the earth itself. You can see what looks to be a caravan of individuals coming the other way, and before you lies the main road leading southwesterly from here, and what looks to be a rather all-encompassing pasture land and farmland in all directions from this, leading all the way up to the edge of the gorge itself that lies now behind you. You know that if you, from your maps, that if you are to travel another day along the road, or another hour, 2 hours along the road, you will eventually reach a campsite. Given that it is currently around about, I'd say, 4 p.m. at this current time, you could afford to journey a little bit if you wanted to make it to the campsite still, or you could forego the campsite and then do whatever you wish from there.
I think the campsite would be safer.
Probably.
Yes, which campsite is that one? Is that
That's just this one here.
this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like a day apart, right?
Yes, the campsites are all exactly 1 day apart. Each 4 of these is I think it's 3 hours worth of travel. Each one of these, so it roughly matches up that you can get to and from the 2 campsites in 1 day and then rest.
Cool.
Oh man, who's the Ice King?
That's a bit
I'm
more of a
assuming
walk.
Curve has just looked over at the map and saw a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well just go to the campsite.
Hmm.
Since no
Okay.
objections.
No, I'm good for that.
So
Yeah,
heading straight to the
makes sense.
campsite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Traveling along the road for a little ways, you travel past what looks to be just the general farmland, the pasture land. You can see a windmill off in the distance currently. The main sails of it have been removed due to it being stormy weather. And you can see that it is locked in place, so it's not turning at all. But you note that there are a number of individuals still out in the farmland itself, just generally going around tending to bits and pieces, seemingly either going around weeding or doing something you're not entirely sure with through the fields. The pasture lands themselves, most of the animals have huddled underneath the main covers that they are given. Will look to be mostly sheep and cattle around this particular area. But you continue on along the cobblestone road. There isn't anything particularly dangerous along the road by any means, but there is potential chance to meet someone of interesting or of interest. So if someone would like to go ahead and roll me a d20, please.
Oops. $13.
13. Okay. Okay. As you otherwise continue traveling on your way, getting closer and closer to the campsite, and you're kind of glad you did at this point, as the weather proceeds to get worse. The rain gets heavier, and the wind picks up.
What did I tell you guys?
I think you made it mad.
Hmm. I think
Well,
you.
it made me mad first.
Well, this is a vicious cycle then.
Yeah, it's just, we're gonna die out here.
Mm.
Yeah, and unless one of you owns up and apologizes, the entire world will be washed away in flood.
You serious?
Probably not.
He's very serious.
Well,
it
you're
be-
the one that anchored it. You gotta apologize.
I don't apologize.
All right, well, we'll make sure that you go with it.
Curve is really trying to figure out if these guys are serious.
Make me an insight check. And then I'd like the rest of you all to make deception checks, please.
Oh no. What is my deception?
Can I get an advantage because of mask?
Oh,
Oh, okay, I'll take that. That's my one crit.
That's shitty.
11.
11?
Yeah.
14.
Did anybody get lower than an 11?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
I got a 27.
Yeah. I'll roll for Romulus.
Oh dear.
He might be your saving grace here. Yeah, no, Romulus doesn't. That's a 4. Throughout all of this, you look at the rest of the party, and those who are kind of telling you this, it's very much a matter of like, oh no, I may have done something I regret now. this may be a problem, and then you just look over at Romulus, who's just kind of lightly giggling to himself, like a little child.
You guys are mean sometimes. But she smiles.
Well, anyway, the world probably isn't actually going to end, but we should get to this campsite as quick as possible.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
Assuming
Otherwise, arriving.
Romulus has a windshield, though.
Okay. I'll allow it. I'll say Romulus will make an athletics check to be the sole person pushing onwards. This is a prolonged check, so he would not get rage. With Romulus's athletics, that is a 21. Romulus, against all odds, fights against wind and rain, buffeting it and being the main brunt of the force, with the rest of you all kind of conga lining behind him, otherwise using him as that windshield, until you eventually arrive at the campsite. The journey was a bit arduous, and you can see that individuals are currently putting up their tents as best they can. It's a little bit sheltered, as you can see what looks to be some fences and some hedges that have naturally grown or been built in the area that are used to kind of add a little bit of shielding to all this. You can see that there is one caravan currently on its lonesome there. The fire pit in the middle is out cold, and the individuals are currently in the effort of trying to put up a tent next to their cart as a reinforcement. So, Romulus has one tent, which will suit Cat and Romulus. What about the rest of you?
Didn't we all get tents before?
You had enough tents previously, but I believe Damien and Lloyd have
Yeah.
left since then.
I think we had, wasn't it 2 tents because 2 people had to stay out in the cold, but one of the tents was Damien's.
Oh, little bastard.
I hadn't thought about this.
I'm used to sleeping outside anyway, so I didn't worry about a tent.
I think Romulus isn't here, but Romulus would offer up his slot to somebody else. So Vinny or Curve, whoever wants to take it.
I'll take it. Don't like the weather.
Okay.
Fair. Let's see.
So who's putting up the tent?
I will
This is gonna
help.
have to be a group effort, isn't it?
I will help.
Mm-hmm.
I will aid.
Guys will give a crack at it.
Okay, this will be a group effort, and this will be a group skill check. You need 3 successes. For every failure, half an hour will pass. You have an hour and a half until nightfall.
Cool. I'm going to use mold earth to create sort of like a embankment as a form of shield
Okay.
between the tent and the wind.
Okay. Forming a suitable bank, you otherwise grant yourself 1 success in this impromptu challenge. What would somebody else like to try?
I would like to use sleight of hand to put all the pieces of the tent together as quickly as possible.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. DC for this, given that Cat has helped you and done a good first check here, I will say that will be a DC of 14.
That's an 18.
18. There are a few times that you have to catch a few of the pegs as they try and fly away, or small pieces of the tent assembly kit, but you do manage to do so fairly well and easily enough. The pieces are assembled, now it just needs to be pitched and placed up in such a manner that it's not going to fall over easily.
I'd like to cast Mage Hand to help, like, hold pieces here and there, if needed.
Okay. So I'll say that will provide advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And Vinny, is there anything you'd like to try? Or would you like to try and put up the tent?
I mean, I can try and like hammer things in quickly while people are holding it steady.
Hiya.
Romulus.
Hello. Okay. If you're going to do that, go ahead and give me, I will say, your choice of an endurance or strength check, please, there, Vinny. And you have advantage thanks to curve.
Okay.
Or I'll say, no, sorry, not an athletics check using your strength or constitution, your choice.
Okay.
Using the wrong terms already.
I hate to say it, I do not imagine Vinny being the buffest or the most durable of fellows.
No.
No.
So in the attempt to quickly erect this, Kat, you've provided the shielding. Kay has put everything together, but even with Curve, even with your help holding it with Mage Hand, the wind is just too much that actually getting the pegs in and stopping the lines and the bits of fabric from flying away is difficult. With your Mage Hand, you provide an assurance to stop your pieces from flying away too badly, but with those rolls, Vinny, unfortunately, you do not manage to get it in a good time. It is beginning to get dark. You have half an hour until you'll be suffering disadvantage, and an hour until official nightfall.
So what I'm hearing here is that Vinny is having problems getting erect, and there's some pegging involved. Got it.
yeah.
See,
No,
this is why
it's
we used you as a windshield.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Um,
What precisely are we? What's the situation? What have I missed?
You have made 1 day's worth of travel outside of Zakers, and you have currently pitching a tent at the campsite before you will be going off-road the next day to get to your quarry. But it is currently kind of not strong winds, but it's still high winds with quite a bit of heavy rain.
and we have one tent.
And you have one tent because Damien walked off with the other one. Nobody bought any. Similarly, the party didn't buy any rations or any other things that they needed to.
What about
so
my frog tent?
your pop-up tent?
Yes.
You have your pop-up tent?
The giant toadskin tent, yes.
Is that in your inventory, or is that...
Or was that? I thought it was.
Oh, giant toadskin tent. Yes, I see it. Okay, so you do have two tents. Sorry.
That's the one I got made at the material
Yes.
place.
Yeah, you did. So you got your main tent up here, and you got your pop tent. Well, the pop-up tent doesn't require any things. It's self-assembling, so...
He.
So
Wow.
it's just a matter of... You can get that one set up. It's just a matter of the other one you're
Alright.
currently setting up. So I'll say during the entirety of this, while the rest of the party's been struggling getting this tent sorted, Romulus has just been lying inside of the waterproof tent, just watching you all do this. Made out of the giant toad skin. I'll close your couch now.
To be fair, you got to admit it's a very waterproof tent.
It is.
All
So you
right.
currently have 2 successes and 1 failure.
I will come out and assist, owing to my phenomenal muscles.
Okay.
And I would like to assist with this since Curve and Vinny have one side of the pegs. I'd like to get the other side of the pegs down and
Okay.
have them have them in place. But I'm going to the appendages that I am holding them with. I am going to turn them into metal, so I am not worried about my hand getting hit when they're going in.
Okay. So, I will say, Romulus, this will provide you with advantage, so go ahead and make me an athletics check. You may use your strength or your constitution here. And to all the players, please forgive me if I gave the wrong stats. I have been working feverishly on the new stuff.
I will be using strength because I am strong.
Mm-hmm.
I am loading up tabletop now.
Would you like me to roll for you?
Yeah, sure. You can't be rolling any worse than I've been rolling the past few sessions.
Double 15. Okay.
You know what? I will take that. That is a very solid average.
That's 23. So, as you otherwise proceed to help them with the tent, with the assistance from Kay, setting everything in place, getting the hammer and slamming all the pegs into place. The tent is set up, and your frog pop-up tent is also there as well, protected from Cat's natural earthen windshield. So, as you can all stay generally high and dry, given that you do actually have enough tents, I would like everyone to mark one ration off from their inventory. If you do not have a ration, you may ask a party member for a ration.
So, I guess we forgot to stock up on rations.
Just to confirm, we are able to use fire now, right?
You are, yes. However, it is heavily raining and the fire pit in the center of the campsite is drenched.
No worries, just making sure.
Yeah.
The last of my turkey jerky.
Is there
Sad.
anybody who lacks food currently?
Me.
Yeah, does anyone have any spare?
I would
Rats,
give a
ions.
I have some spare rations.
Don't
I
worry,
would
I've got
give a
this.
ration.
I hand over a set of ration jerky to Cat and Curve.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now, do
Okay.
let me know how it
You-
tastes.
You both kind of get this. It's almost like, looks like bits of cardboard in a way. It's kind of like a hard jerky, kind of a darker meat, quite thin.
This is the non-turkey jerky that was in my
Inventory.
inventory.
Yep. I know exactly what one that is.
Oh.
So, the two of you eat that down, and Vinny, you have your own, you said?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, you may want to check your supplies if you haven't thought about that already, because you do have a 6 to 7 day journey ahead of you.
Is there somewhere here we can get rations?
The nearest would either be Zakers, which would be back a day's travel, or Braylin, which would be southwest, which would mean that you wouldn't make any days' journey worth of progress at all. So you remain perpendicular, or kind of always equidistant. I don't remember. You'd remain the same distance from your quarry, regardless of where you would be going if you headed to Braylin, which is a day and a half away.
I got Jeff materials, but I didn't think about rations.
Or
we
you can
should see if we
forage, but you're in the middle of farmland at the moment, so
Farmland. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing here is there's plentiful food. It's just that you might get shot collecting it.
I have no food. I didn't think about stocking up. What do you guys think we should do? Will
I
it
didn't
be
think
okay?
I'd be in this realm for this long.
How much food do we have total?
I have another 9 rations and a few ingredients that could arguably make a bit more.
ingredients for what you've gotten, I believe, would allow you to make the equivalent of 2 nights worth of full dinners for everybody.
Hmm.
Because I believe you've got a bunch of different ingredients, so I'd argue that that's probably 2 nights worth of food.
A few bits and pieces. Nothing. I should probably pick up some more base stuff so that I always. Well, I suppose I have flour as well, so I can sort of make. Yeah, I can make some bread and stuff for people.
Yeah. Problem with making food is it takes a lot more than just having rations. Rations are quite
Yeah,
easy to do. Making the food requires you to have a station to work with, and if you're in grass, there's not really a station to work and make anything.
I mean, as long as you got a pan, you can make hand pies pretty easily out of some flour and some water. It's not going to taste good, but it's doable. But no, in terms of like actual rations, I'm down to 9.
Yes, I have 8 left now, so I can get there. but we're going to need more if we get on the way back. So,
Yep.
do we want to push on and try and forage some stuff? Farmers aren't going to be happy if we steal their crops, assuming they catch us, but
Don't worry.
there'll be other stuff to catch along the way.
Of course. You've got to remember, Vinny, where there's crops, there's pests. And where
Very
there's
true.
pests, there's dinner.
We'd
I
be
think we're
doing
the
them a
pests in
favour,
this
really.
scenario.
Well then, pray that you do not look delicious.
So we're gonna keep going then.
Well, I think the best time to nick any of this stuff, if that's what we're gonna do, would be at night.
Uh, okay. If this is what we want to do,
Cat wants to be a thief.
Cat does not want to be a thief.
Cat wishes to commit yet more crimes.
No. Cat, if she does steal some crop, is going to be putting some money on the gate. For the
That's-
farmer.
Anyone else think that's somehow just a little bit more insulting?
Absolutely. Let's
Uh-huh.
do it.
Fair enough. Let's go. But I will gladly lead the foraging effort, as technically Furcoat Heritage is basically Wanderer. So I can get double the amount of food and water when foraging. Because bullshit, I guess.
I mean, you can, but that will be if you're going through the mountains, which you're not going to get to for another 2 days.
Oh, is it?
Well, it should be
It
another
says
2-3 days.
You are familiar enough with any wilderness area that you can find twice as much food and water as you normally would.
Would you
However,
argue that farmland is wilderness?
I would argue there is wild things there.
This particular weed looks
I've-
wild.
I've not yet seen a farmland that does not have some amount of voles or shrews. And you know what they say, shrews is stews. So
I
I
will
have-
say that with the nature
Acknowledged.
with the nature of the environment, I will have it take a differing amount of time based on your successful check for this sort of gathering.
fair
You
enough.
currently have food, and it is currently nighttime, so it's up to you if you wish to go out, person without dark vision, to go
Oh god,
foraging.
no, not right now.
Um,
Fuck no, I'm going to bed in my delightfully waterproof tent.
Okay.
Curve could give it a go. I mean, I've been living on a farm, and my whole thing is literally farm animals.
Is there a farmhouse nearby?
I thought we were in farmland.
Yeah.
You're in a okay. So just so you understand, you have walked down the road away from the farmland, and you're on the outskirts of the farmland with the campsite that's there. So if you wanted to go back to farmland, you'd have to go back towards Zakers. Now you don't know how long you'd have to go until you found something edible. If you want to go to a farmhouse, that would be about another hour and a half travel. And you'd be at that point traveling into the night.
How much farmland is it?
It feeds all those acres, so probably quite a lot.
It provides a lot. There's a lot of farmland below Zakers, as you did also see down in Drell. There is a lot of like marshland and kind of rich earth down there. So they've got a lot of farmland down there. But there's a lot more pasture land up here, which means that it's more for animals. So it's a large open spaces, fields upon fields of just open space, effectively. So, in theory, you could find things like game, such as rabbits and such, but you'd also then be looking at problems of trespassing, or spooking the cows, or being attacked by cows or bulls. Who knows? Or sheep. They're dangerous too.
No, not
Well,
the
I'm pretty
sheep.
good at animal handling.
Okay. Okay, so we're looting and pillaging.
Whoa!
Probably shouldn't be plan A. We can keep an eye out for rodents and stuff. Is this so this is more pasture land, you said, then?
Yes, this is more pasture land than farmland. Farmland is closer to the edge of Zakers. It's a lot easier to stop weeds from going over the edge than it is cows or sheep if they're uncareful around a loose rock or so.
Hmm.
So,
Well-
are you heading to bed then? Are you looting? What's the situation here?
Since you guys are so against a simple bit of looting, let's just figure it out tomorrow.
Okay.
Get some sleep.
Okay,
Going to bed.
going to bed. Who's taking first watch?
I will, I suppose.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I will. Jeff will stay out and help.
Jeff will stay out the whole time.
Yeah.
So roll for Jeff as well. We'll roll Jeff for just roll once for Jeff, and this will be for the whole night. Who knows? Jeff might fall asleep. Actually, you don't have firelight here, so you would be in total darkness. So even though you have dark vision, you would still be rolling with disadvantage here.
I'll make some dancing lights.
16.
Okay. I'll say that will counteract it, so that will allow you to keep your roll. So keeping up your dancing lights. Okay. So sat out there on your own, Vinny, as the rain is otherwise petering down. The Romulus and Cat in the waterproof frog tent. The inside of which does have kind of like a light pinkish tinge to it. The exterior is kind of this dark, muddy green. It's quite a nice tent otherwise, if it wasn't for the nature of it being made of something that you did skewer. So there is one notable sewn up hole. But looking at with the other tent with currently Kay and Curve currently sleeping and resting, otherwise sat out there, the earth rampart otherwise providing a bit of wind protection as you're sat out there just enjoying the rain. Reminds you of kind of the autumn rains back at home, and how they'd be refreshing, and how you'd sit out on the porch and just watch the rain.
Okay. There's no sign of any trouble, is there?
Doesn't seem like it, no. I mean, it's a
Okay.
campsite, so it's very
Yeah.
unlikely to be attacked. As much as they aren't protected, these campsites, they are areas and safe havens. And if there is a bandit attack, then they usually draw the ire of local militia, guard, and mercenary groups. So attacking them is generally a very bad thing to do.
Yeah, you would want to pick travelers off
On the
as
road,
they're
as
going,
opposed
not,
to
not
yeah,
when they're all grouped up. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's quite quiet, and it's generally quite nice.
Okay. Any sign of the rain letting up?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay.
Okay. With that, who would like to take second watch?
Sure.
I can.
Oh.
Kay and Cat. Okay. The two of you take second watch. Mrs. Vinny, you otherwise get back to rest. Cat and Kay, you otherwise are on watch together.
How's the marks now? They still hurting? They are all right after you bit the book.
They don't hurt anymore.
That's good. That's good. Oh, very good. Okay, at some point, can you help me make a spell?
I don't know how.
It's more that, you know, a little while ago, I was casting something and you did something and took that spell. You created a claw of some sort that took the spell. How easy is it for you to recreate that?
I don't know. I've only used it at one time.
Because if you could help, I'd like to see how it works. I might be able to recreate something similar. In theory.
Uh,
Not now. We can do it later. We've got a long journey on the road. But yeah, if you're able to, I'd appreciate the help.
I can try. I've never tried making a spell.
I'll show you. It'll be fun. Something we can do together.
Yes. Oh, uh, I did learn a little of what goes on with you.
Oh,
Mostly about yours, what's going on being extremely dangerous.
uh, how?
Asked questions.
Okay.
He will not imply to whom he asked questions, because he's asked multiple people.
So, what do you know?
I know that whatever it is, I stole magic from it.
Okay. Hmm.
I also know that there is possibly a chance that some of the memories are in me now.
Hmm. Interesting. Some of the memories are in you. Hmm. Okay. I mean, I'd be curious to find out which ones you have.
We were we were going to try and figure out which ones are in me. Just need ingredients and time.
Okay. Well, if you get any names, let me know.
I might be able to. I I should probably tell you this. I used to be one of the Chainer's experiments. And I learned that there is an enchantment in my head that if I die, they can get all my memories
No.
of everything I experience. They have to get my body first, though. So if I die, hide my body.
Well, we're not gonna have to worry about that. You're not gonna die. I refuse to let any of you die. But no one else can have their memories either.
It's more they gain knowledge of you, and they might be intrigued of what I've experienced of you so far.
That much is true. I'm more concerned about if they gain the memories of others. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. Hmm. This can't be good.
We, the taskmaster and I, will be working on trying to change the enchantment to allow me access to the memories only.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, depending on what the memories are that you've got, I'm really sorry. Some of them might not be very nice.
It can't be any worse than being with the chainers.
I wouldn't be able to say. I've not experienced that, but there's a whole lot of memories. Not all of them of mine. Just
Oh,
take care.
I know that.
Okay. I guess the taskmaster told you.
He informed me when we talked about when I absorbed the magic from the book.
Okay. Okay. So you're aware then.
I'm not fully aware. I just know that there are many memories inside of Cychania. And that whatever it is that you are dealing with is extremely dangerous, as it might do what I do, just better.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I've witnessed it firsthand. I understand. I'm gonna look down Cychania. Can you locate specific names inside?
So Chinia pauses for a moment before kind of twitching, but not doing anything.
Hmm. You okay?
So Chinia just kind of stops and then looks back up at you.
Did that
What
hurt?
name?
I'm looking for uh, two names specifically. Sarah and Vala.
So Chinia
Mm.
just kind of tilts the head to one side.
From where?
My past. Look down at Cychania. The
I
day.
mean, where are you looking for him at?
Cychania might have memories of them.
If Cychania is currently like me, she might not have full control over the memories.
No. No. I've learnt that we might be able to make her stronger and she might be able to do something. I was just curious to see if she was aware that they existed. It's okay. Just pat Cychania on the head. Just like, well, thank you, Kay. And I'm going to do a little peruse around with Jeff. What's going on?
Okay. As in looking at Jeff or using
No,
Jeff to
no,
look around?
using Jeff to look around.
Go and what was Jeff's perception?
It was
13,
16
wasn't it?
in total.
16. Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d20 for your night encounters as it happens to fall upon your watch.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
1.
Dragon.
Okay, I would like you to go ahead and roll me a d8 then, please.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
So that's green, red, blue, black, white, and then 3 mystery flavors.
3.
Specifically, the white has no head.
3. Okay. Huh, okay. Interesting, okay. And I need to do a roll on my side real quick for this. Okay. You both watch as you otherwise look up at what looks to be as you both notice as you're kind of reaching for Jeff and kind of sent Jeff off into the air. You kind of watch as a form is almost startled momentarily before kind of watching Jeff fly up and then proceeds to continue climbing over your earth mound, completely hooded, kind of a long staff to them, the top of which almost looks like the top of like an old day electric lamp, with what looks to be kind of this bluish glow from the interior, as you otherwise wander out. And Kay, as you're now able to detect your magic again, with the symptoms of which you can faintly feel, and as you're able to suppress the lower ends of magic now, the faint amount of evocation magic from that, as the individual kind of crests over the top, kind of a large hood pulled up over the front of their over the top of their head, kind of shielding them from the rain. What looks to be a large satchel and pack at their side, as they otherwise kind of slowly descend down with like a hand raised. Excuse me. I'm just looking for a place to rest. Is it alright if I camp out in here for now? I was a bit late to the campsite is all.
I would like to insight him.
Go for it. Old man, middle of the night. Hard to read. I'm not even sure it's a man. Looking at it, it's a bit odd to tell. Their skin looks aged, paper thin, covered in wrinkles, and there's not really signs of any facial hair or stubble. It's just strange. You can only really see from the eyes down, and it looks human in general complexion, but it's otherwise difficult to tell. The rest of their stuff looks, from your vague scan, none of it looks particularly magical, but there is kind of faint auras from things here and there about their person, so a few items appear magical. But other than that, nothing really.
Yeah, yeah, okay, hang on a second. Cat, after being told off last time for just letting people come into the camp and stay with us, or a beer, I'm gonna go get Romulus.
Okay.
He's the adult.
Okay. You otherwise kind of go over to the giant frog tent or toad tent, and look in. Romulus is snoring away, kind of just lying on his back.
I'm gonna squeeze his nose.
Okay. Romulus stops snoring for a moment before beginning to splutter. Harlan, are you currently there? You are currently muted if you are here. Romulus is unavailable for a moment. Please message after the tone. Romulus remains asleep despite your best efforts.
Next adult that can adult. Vinny.
Yes.
Gonna go over to Vinny. I'm gonna do the same thing.
You don't have to do that for Vinny.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it works.
Okay, so Vinny, suddenly, as you're otherwise having a wonderful dream, hearing the rain, getting off to sleep, there's a moment where your body in your dream is like difficulty breathing. It's hard to breathe, and then you wake up just kind of going, and you look up and see Cat as she otherwise lets go of your nose.
Can't, for fuck's sake, find another way to wake them up.
What
I'll
does
say,
that
Curve, you're
mean?
also stirred by this.
Oh,
But
okay.
there's an old man here who wants to know if he can stay with us. And after I let everyone in and I got told off last time, I figured I'd get an adult. But Romulus is too busy snoring and won't wake up. So you were the next best person I could find.
Okay, I will poke my head out and take a look at this individual.
Okay. Kind of poking her head out and getting a look at the individual, quickly pulling on a cloak over top of what you're wearing for sleeping. You can see what looks to be kind of this older gentleman. It's very difficult to just make out any of his features, but he's got his hood pulled all the way up, kind of this long metal staff with almost a lantern top to the end of it, kind of letting off this gentle blue glow, and what looks to be a pack at his side. Hi.
Hello. Where are
I
you
was just-
headed to?
I'm heading towards Zakers currently.
Okay. Do we actually have any room in any of the tents?
While there are two of you on watch, there is room for one more person. Granted, they'll be in with Romulus, who's currently snoring away. Oh, and Harlan's disconnected by the looks of it, so hopefully we'll have Harlan back soon.
I mumble. Oh, they'll be fine camping with Romulus. There's no funny business. Just trying to get back to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, should be fine. In there with the Minotaur then.
Thank you very much. That's very gracious of you.
No trouble.
You hear a few creaks as he otherwise moves over, kind of pulls the tent flap back, and kind of steps inside. And he presumably goes to sleep.
Without him really noticing, I am sending one rat in with the specific instructions. If he does anything funny, let me know.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check for the rat.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a 17.
You're not certain if the individual has noticed, but they certainly don't react to a rat following them in the tent. So, and you imagine most people would. So,
Cool.
Right.
When it's time for us to change, Kay, you can take my spot in that tent.
okay.
Right. Well, if he steals anything from Romulus, he'll be ground into a fine paste. So.
Won't
don't
worry about
worry about it.
rations.
Crimes of cat.
Cannibal.
Cannibalism.
That's on the list.
Hmm.
Is it a crime?
Yes.
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 No, it was a joke. We didn't actually kill him yet or eat him.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Contemplating cannibalism. One of those kinds of cat.
I'll let this one slide because Romulus does that all the time.
Look who's bringing Cat up.
That's a fair point. Yeah, it's not Cat's fault, it's parent or guardian. Okay. So, with that, as you otherwise finish the rest of your watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose.
You otherwise swap places. I'll say Romulus and Curve, you're on final watch. Romulus obviously isn't here. He's startled initially, but you kind of let him know that there's somebody camping with your group for the time being. As Romulus and Curve, you are out on the watch for now. It's a shame Romulus isn't here because I know that you'd want to probably chat with Romulus. Not sure what's going on there.
Thanks, Romulus, for the rations.
You're welcome. I'll be making more in the morning.
What did you make it out of?
Oh, you know, just some bits and pieces that we found along the way. Those ones were made particularly in Trenlaw's Rest.
You're very competent.
Thank
Don't tell
you.
anyone I said that.
As are you.
I heard that Romulus gave a compliment. I heard it.
Romulus didn't, Chris did. But
Is Chris doing an out of character? Is that compliment canon?
who
I need
knows?
to know.
Who knows? Romulus is
He's back.
and Harlan has come back and he's still muted, so maybe it was just an internet dip, or maybe he had to step away. Who knows? But when Romulus says his next thing, we'll find out if he did in fact compliment me. So, as the remainder of the night goes on, you otherwise awake the next morning, the weather having adjusted slightly. It has now recovered a little bit from what it previously was. It is still raining, but there is no wind anymore. And there's just a gentle drizzle in the morning.
Had a bit of a crash, but I'm back now.
That's all right. Welcome back. Did you or did you not compliment Curve, calling her competent during your watch?
What was the context?
The context was she said that you were competent because you said you were going to make food in the morning.
Okay, look, my first thing was thank you for the rations.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, that's all right, I'm making more in the morning. And you explained a bit about how you make it. And then I said, you're very competent. Don't tell anyone I told you that.
And then you said, you're very competent too. Question mark. Smiley face.
I am certain that you are indeed competent.
Whoa!
In what I am uncertain.
Me too, but thanks.
Oh, also, an old man joined your camping crew for the night.
Hello, old man. You are instantly my favorite character.
He
He slept with
True
you.
friendship with the party.
He
My new
climbed
best
into-
friend is old man.
he climbed into the same tent as you before your watch.
Hello there, sailor.
He now has gold though, so that's something.
As for you, Kay, you otherwise get to sleep, and as the rest of you are all kind of awake, Kay, you are awoken by your rat.
Oh, what does Mr. Rat have to say?
As you're in the same tent as him, I believe, the old man, because you were taking Cat's place in there.
Oh,
You otherwise look at where the old man was lying, and instead you see a small pile of sand.
I hate the old man.
Is it just normal sand?
You pick it up and kind of run it between your fingers. It's normal sand, from what you can tell. It's just like a small pile of sand.
Maybe it was a test.
I
of your
guess I need
past.
to investigate this. I will use one of my biological resiliences to speak with the rat.
Okay.
What happened?
Pebbles. Poof. And then sand.
Huh. Interesting. I'm going to go outside of the tent because there's less of a there should be more of a chance of it.
Mm-hmm.
Since I kind of basically slept next to this old man, I'm guessing I got a good understanding of his scent, sort of.
Sort of. I mean, from what
Can I?
little you remember, he had kind of an old smell of fish and a little bit of the old people smell that you get, cod liver oil, that sort of thing.
Can I smell him?
Sand,
Make
fish.
me a
Oh
survival check.
no.
I'll say with disadvantage given it's raining, but we'll see. Okay. I
You said
will
survival?
say, yeah, survival.
12.
Okay. I will say with the 12, you are fairly confident, even though it was not necessarily a high roll, you're fairly confident that if he'd come out of the tent, Romulus and Curve would have seen him. Curve is quite happily watching Romulus, as Romulus is currently using, doing what he can to kind of stop rain from hitting the fire too much, but has started cooking morning breakfast for everybody with some just general ingredients. You're fairly certain that he would have been seen if he came out of the tent, and from what your rat said, he just went poof. And the smell of him is otherwise kind of stops abruptly in the tent.
Fiddy. Fiddy, I need help.
What now?
He turned into sand.
What?
I like to imagine that the whole party's just there. Finney's leaning out of the tent. Kay just pulls back the curtain of the tent and just goes, he turned to sand, just pointing at a tiny pile of sand in the doorway.
Like, metaphorically? I don't know what that would be a metaphor for, but
Poof and went and was sand.
What?
I'm going to come into the tent and have a look.
Okay. You go into the tent, you have a look, you can't see any remnants of his things or anything. You see what looks to be a small pile of sand on the bedroll.
Oh, I know what's happened. Kay accidentally cast Disintegrate.
He just farted out disintegrate
Hold
during
on.
the night.
What level is disintegration?
7th.
You know, that's actually a possibility.
Yeah, okay.
Pray tell, why is that a possibility?
You don't need to know.
I'd quite like to if the possibility of you farting out a disintegrate is an actual thing we should be concerned about.
Cat,
Yes.
if you're ever firing a disintegrate, it's going to be a rainbow, and guess where it's coming from?
Let's go. Oh, very good. I'm just gonna Nyan Cat K straight into them. That's how Disintegrate works now.
But yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, no, that is a pile of sand. Did you see how it happened?
The rat did.
Rat just
Rat-
looks up at you, Vinny.
I will use my ring to speak with him.
And Curve, you can hear this conversation as well, due to you being able to speak with animals.
What
So
exactly?
you otherwise
did you
hear the
see
rat
then?
say, well, I was watching him for any suspicious activity, and he stood up. He did a little bow, waved his hand in the air, and poof, and then sand.
Wow.
What does the sand taste like? I'm saying this to the rat.
I don't know. The rat runs inside the
Yeah.
tent. You just hear a from inside the tent.
I'm not cleaning that up.
Oh, guess. Well, it's either a cat's or Romulus's bedroll, so I think it's cats. So,
Oh,
Cat,
come
your
on.
bedroll has sand and rat puke on it.
Why?
Let's hope one of you packed prestidigitation.
Well, I've got Tula.
Yeah, she'll be pleased.
So what does it taste like?
Dad, it's horrible.
Okay, don't eat sand. That's what we've learned today.
I think your rat's broken.
Sand doesn't taste bad enough to make you want to be sick. Well, at least I never found it did.
I've never eaten sand before.
Ned, I'm an addict. You don't know.
Generally, it's not a good idea.
No, it's not.
Thank you for your noble sacrifice in bringing us that information.
I don't like these ones. They're mean to me. We're gonna climb back in your
To
coat, Jay.
clarify, that is that cat? Am I included in that? Because I couldn't hear a damn word. He
No,
said,
No.
you couldn't hear it.
No.
I absolutely was not saying it.
You're just saying a running commentary to something you don't know.
Wait, before you go, what's your name?
Fuck off.
Sorry?
He
I like
climbs-
him.
He climbs into Kay's just into Kay's coat.
So what did he say?
Fuck
Hmm.
off.
Fuck off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, we may have been robbed of mysterious old man, but fuck off the rat. One of your favourite NPC.
Fuck off the rat.
Oh,
Fuck off the noble rat.
He's
I
a
like-
noble.
no.
Yes, he's
That
a
was
duke,
terrifying.
didn't you know?
Oh, not another rat king. They're working their way up the monarchy.
Duke, fuck off
I'm
the
the
third
rat
of the bastard dynasty.
So, hi, bye. Thank you, you
Okay.
too. Alright?
Okay, so we've
Take
got
care.
fuck off the noble rat. Well, at least this one's friendly, I suppose.
Sort of.
Writing this down. Can't wait to get us in trouble saying this at one point.
Oh, what saying fuck off the rat.
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, what? So what's going on here? Yeah, fuck off, the noble rat.
Yeah, that's,
Oh, that'll go well. Oh. Anything else you'd like to
fine.
do?
We'll all be on hand to explain that no, we're referring to Duke Fuck Off of House Vermin, third of his name.
Duke.
Watcher of strangers, eater of sand.
Simon, I need you to write this down and send it to me.
We're going to give him another Viking send off when this one dies. Oh.
He's stuck with us now. He can't leave.
He can't leave, no.
We're going to get to the point where we have to do like a 10-minute memorial sequence every time one of Kay's rats dies. Those guys are in swarms. There's like they have like they share like one hit point between 10 of them. This campaign
Yeah.
is never going to go anywhere ever again. I'm looking forward to it.
Given we spent an hour and a half doing 1 day of travel making it to a campsite, yeah, I'll say that's pretty
Oh
accurate.
god. Well, cool. I guess I'm gonna have to now clean my bedding. Thank you,
Well,
old
I
man
didn't-
and rat.
Hey, you don't know that the rat puked yet.
You can quite clearly see the rat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, yeah, cat's gone in to start taking things apart. And it's like, there's bedding that's got puke. Ugh, okay.
I would like to use prestidigitator.
A for effort.
To soil the bed cover even more.
Make it worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
So
kid
Cat-
locked me in a room.
Was this old man just like Morpheus or something?
You don't know. All you know is that you go in and have a look at your bed cat, and it is just, it's covered in shit, vomit, and sand.
Well, that's
Sorry,
the last time
sorry.
I help
Is
an
that
old
all
man.
from the rat?
No, the shit is from the prestidigitation soiling. The vomit's from the rat and the sand's from the sand.
Oh, you know how like there was a couple of times when Elsian had a crap and he used prestidigitation, whatever. Yeah.
Prestidigitation to get rid of it.
Yeah.
That
Please,
is still
please, dear God, do not be an Elsian turd in my bed right now.
Oh, he's transcended campaign 1, and now his influence of what he did in campaign 2 is coming back.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna take the bedding out. Like, well, I hope the old man had a good night's sleep at least. Okay, gonna hang that over something, over the mound. Get Tula out.
Okay.
Tula, can you clean this, please?
I can.
I know, old man. I think he pooed, vomited. And I
The
don't.
old man did not do that. The old man just turned in the sand.
Then did you or the rat poo on my bed?
No.
Okay,
Curve
and I
just-
say this with the most amount of poise, stoicism, and seriousness that I can muster. Who shat the bed?
I can tell you it was not me, the old man, or the rat.
I didn't ask who it wasn't. I asked who it was.
That's the thing. I don't know. It wasn't there when I woke up.
Curve shrugs.
Curve shrugs.
Roll me an insight check. Curve, roll me a deception check.
Could you roll it for me? I am
Oh, yeah.
currently reloading in.
Yeah. What's your insight?
If I said 100, that would be too much, right?
I believe your insight, just from having a look at your
+4.
passive insight, is +4.
So that's 19.
19. And Curve, what'd you get?
18.
18.
Curve, clean it up.
Despite the entire party watching you cast Prestidigitation, Bromley seems to be the only one who remembers watching you cast Prestidigitation as he asks this question.
Oh, Cat was looking at her bed, so
Kay was
The sun-
still trying to
going
figure
to
out
a
how he
bed.
turned the sand, okay?
Kay was figuring out the sand thing, as was Vinny. Romulus was paying attention to the food, and then suddenly shit, and he looks up and there's just Curve standing at the back.
I want to make clear, I was not looking at it. It's just that I have been around these fuckers long enough now to just assume.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Well, my bedding is over the mound, and the Tula's
My
gonna make
bedding
an
lies
attempt.
over the mountain. My bedding lies over the sea.
It is currently getting rained on, and it is getting wet. So it does
Well,
begin to
okay.
run as
It's
Tula otherwise begins to get to work, covering it in soap.
I don't know how to clean. We had people for this.
Remember correctly, Tula is designed for cleaning you and some of your clothes.
She is, but I don't know how to clean.
You tend not to clean.
Bedding is
It's-
same
it's
as
not-
clothing.
It's
not
not too
dissimilar.
dissimilar, but it is a bedroll. So it's more of like a thick bit of leather. So if you start saturating that, that's going to shrink.
What I'm really imagining here is that sure gets it wet and soapy, and then Tula starts breathing out hot air, and you sort of like have to wave her around like a hairdryer.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Cat doesn't know that you're not meant to wash these things. She also doesn't know that they will shrink because
Yeah.
she
So in
hasn't
this
had experience in
instance-
this. So yes, it's being washed.
Yeah, so your bedroll
Bye-bye
is
bedding.
washed. Your bedroll is washed, and by the end of it, it's still wet and just soaking and sodden. And you're going to have to carry that with you. So,
Hey, Carv, you know how you know prestidigitation?
No, I know.
You know how you know prestidigitation? Do you want to dry that?
Not particularly.
Okay, how about this? I'll give you a Scooby snack if you if you dry the bedding.
What's a Scooby snack?
It's food.
Okay. Curve fixes it.
Cool. I
you
flick
cast
one of
prestidigitation on it, and it suddenly dries. It's clean. It doesn't shrink because of the magic being used, but it's still raining, and it gets wet again very quickly.
Oh, that's fine. It's just like we can at least pack it. We can. It's no longer shit and soap. You know,
No.
we can wrap this up because I'm presuming we have to be in our bags anyhow. So,
It gets attached to the bottom of your bag, but yeah.
and I throw a little treat to Curve.
Okay. So you
Do
may
I
eat
catch
it
it?
for 3 temporary hit points. Do you catch it? All right, now you've asked the question. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
It would be 3 temporary hit points, but let's find out.
Ooh.
Yes, you do. With a good catch, nice and easy. A good throw from Romulus and a good catch from you. You can give yourself 3 temporary hit points when you would like to. Just a reminder, it disappears on a short rest, so don't use it too early.
Oh, to clarify, doesn't have to eat. Yeah, doesn't have to eat it. It's a bonus action to eat, and it can just last for up to 8 hours.
Okay. While this is all going on, I will say, so Kat, as you otherwise move the bedroll out into the open, are you brushing the sand off? You just letting it fall?
It was the old man, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. She's gonna pick up the handful of sand. Cat is
it's
respectful.
still-
It's the old
it's
man.
still- This is prior to picking up and washing the bedroll.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. So she's gonna scoop up the pile of sand that
I think you
contains
should try a bit.
old man extract. I've eaten sand and I know how it tastes.
Oh,
It's just like I've eaten it, so it's a pain. She's gonna pick up the extract of man and
Mhm.
cast mold earth, and she's gonna bury him. It must have been his
Aw.
time.
Okay. And you bury him. Okay. All right.
Okay. With Cat having attempted to atone for her crimes by planting an old man tree, it's a good time to set off.
Okay. I'll say before we commence with these future days of travel and any potential other encounter rolls, we'll take a quick break.
Okay.
So don't go anywhere, but go and grab yourself some drinks and some snacks. We'll be back in a moment. Be right back.
Just off of outside of that stuff. Who the fuck was that old man?
It's just
Mm.
some guy that come in out of nowhere.
What? Okay, so if he just teleported away, sure, fine. If he turned invisible, cool. If he, why did he leave sand?
I don't know, but he's now gonna be a beautiful tree.
a sand
Yeah.
tree.
Probably just a component of his spell.
Probably.
I wonder if we did not let him rest here, if he would have turned us all into furniture. No?
Except for
um,
one of us who turns into a big monster and has
Beauty
to
and the
seek
Beast,
true
yeah,
love.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
That's Romulus, I guess.
I suppose so.
Except Romulus turns into a human.
Oh
Oh,
no, the
God,
monster!
yes.
Ah, no! Oh no!
Please, who could ever love such a disgusting creature? Sorry, Damien. Also, I don't believe Leloid's human.
I don't even know what Leloid is, but he has
Well,
many
I'm pretty
eyes.
sure he's not a Minotaur.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna be right back.
Are you sure he's not a Minotaur?
What do Minotaurs look when they're bald?
Kind of like bears.
Bears have fur. I've never seen a bald bear either.
Okay, so here's where we've rolled the dice. Who is going to be the first to
Try.
to try and find shaved Minotaur?
Okay.
I will also accept naked cow.
Most
Just
cows are naked.
Look, yeah, but at the same time, people are weird.
Shaved Minotaur. I I spelled that horribly wrong. I put monitor. Shaved minor. No! Oh, God!
Oh,
M-I-N. How do you spell Minotaur?
Minotaur.
Oh, right. Didn't know there was a U in there. Oh, okay, that makes a bit of sense. I'm not getting weird, dangerous stuff now coming up on my Google. Oh.
Please tell me you've got a VPN or something.
I do, yeah.
Okay, good. You won't be on that list then.
All the ones I find online are just like human body with a cow head, and
I know, it's just like
disappointing.
this isn't what I was looking for.
No. No, I feel very sad now. Though I imagine Romulus
Look up shaved cow.
Shaved cow. Okay.
Maybe there'll be something there. I scrolled down like a couple scrolls down shaved minotaur, and it's already like furry as fuck. I have, however, found what I have decided is going to be the new version of the goose.
oh no.
I'm back. Are we missing anyone?
Okay. Well, I've seen some shaved cows. They look.
What?
We were wondering what Romulus would look like shaved.
Ooh.
And this is what it would look like if Romulus was Curve's patron.
Why?
That is the question, isn't it?
Honestly. Why
Simon,
are
are
you
you
asking
here?
why?
Oh,
Oh, he's not
Chris,
here.
I think he gave up.
quick question. How
Mhm.
much does a Scooby snack weigh?
Yeah, for the purpose of it, it
Negligible.
doesn't weigh. It's negligible, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
It only lasts for 8 hours, so make sure you nom it sometime today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Wait till Simon gets back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you here? So there's no as well.
Can't believe cake has disintegrate on the poor old man. That was such a weird encounter. Just some old guy appears and then suddenly poof. What does
I
this
love it.
mean?
Who knows?
Maybe I was meant to do something with his sand instead of bury it. Never mind. Old man
Oh,
tree
well.
we've got.
Is there anything any of you want to do or have a conversation while you're in the early hours of the morning?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
No.
Romulus, did you want to say anything or do anything in the early hours of the morning?
We should hurry. And also forage. Because all of you are idiots.
I thought I was competent.
I won't. You know what? You get a pass. You weren't on this plane of existence. The rest
I
of you,
have
however.
food.
Why did my parent,
What I'm
take
realizing here
responsibility for his
is
child?
Cat is you're objectively smarter than me.
Yeah, but you've got more life skills.
You know what my skill is? Not dying, and that's it. And I'm not even very good at that.
You haven't died yet.
Yet.
You're not going to die.
Oh.
If anyone kills you, I
You
will
can't
kill them
stop me.
harder.
I just
Cat
jumped off a cliff.
contemplating murder.
I will kill anyone that harms Romulus.
Aww.
I flick.
I'm so
Romulus
proud
in
of
the
you.
arm.
Romulus is just gonna punch you.
little things like that Romulus is more incapable of dealing with. But if someone was to kill him,
That's when you go full on dark timeline murder hobo cat. It's gonna be great.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh God.
I got a whole list of spells and stat blocks ready to go for when you want to go complete set the beast free.
Oh please no! I will literally no. Oh good God! You've actually got stat blocks. That worries me.
No, I shouldn't.
Good. Okay, so we're all ready to go, and I will try and help Hunt. At least make it
So,
painless for them.
are you foraging on the way then?
Yes.
Are you going off road at this point then?
I don't know. I'm not the
I
sat nav.
mean,
Okay, so currently we'll use K's token here, up in the top right, with your maps. You are currently here on top of the campsite. You have to end up somewhere in this general vicinity. You don't know where, but you'll spot it once you get close by because the map will guide you to it.
Oh, well, then we should just start heading towards the mountains then.
Yeah, you can either start heading straight west of here and going off road, which means that it'll be slightly more dangerous, and foraging is more likely to succeed. However, if you forage while you're moving, you will move at half speed, which means that you, instead of taking 7 days of travel, this will 6 days of travel. This will take 12, which means rolling more and potentially more combats and more dangerous things. So it's up to you what you wish to weigh up here on how you wish to go about this. Welcome back, Benny.
I look for food. I find food. The rest of them inevitably fail, and I cry at night.
Yeah. I believe that Romulus, as part of what you can do, you're able to do it while moving, but you will only be able to provide food for up to half of your party on a success, or you on a low success.
That sounds about right. The rest of them can fend for themselves then. I
The
will
rest of them don't
try.
have the same thing as you, so they'll be moving at half speed if they do that at that point.
I will do my best. I will try and locate whilst moving, and then if we have to stop to find more, that's on other people to decide when they want to do it. Because me and Kat should be covered.
If you see anything, point it out.
I
I'll
will
get
look for wildlife while we are going.
All
Okay.
right.
Something that I can.
Well, this here is the
Okay.
strangling vine. It's surprisingly nutritious if you're immune to poison.
There aren't
This
any
here,
strangle vines.
I might be immune to poison.
this is what we like to call the Widowmaker mushroom. It's utterly delicious, however, highly toxic, unless prepared very carefully using these 3 ingredients:
Oh,
sheep
that thing was
liver
delicious.
or fed to curve.
or
Apparently, immune
or
to
curve.
poison.
I might
Think-
be.
Thinks back.
haven't
Pretty
tried any
sure you got poisoned.
You know what, Curve? Maybe we're all immune to poison. Shall we find out?
Honestly, that mushroom was good though.
Right. Anyhow, and then yes, just go around finding food of some description. Shall I roll?
Go ahead. I will say, Romulus, go ahead and roll me a survival check. Kay, go ahead and roll me a perception check. And I would like someone to go ahead and roll me a random encounters check, please.
Oh, I'll do a random encounter. 'cause-
Oh, that's
Alright.
depressing. It's only a 10.
10, that will be enough food for you
Hey,
only today then.
nat 20. Again, I
Nat
like this dice
20.
today.
Okay. Okay, and you're now in the wilderness, so go ahead and roll me 2d8, please. What are the numbers?
2 and 5.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I need to see what this might be.
We know to run and turn up straight out of the giant's fortress. 1 day's
That's not how
travel.
that's going to work. So, Romulus, as you are going, you're having a look around. I'll say with that, you gather a few berries, but it's only going to be enough for you for the day. So you're going to have to. That will effectively give you 1 day's worth of rations, but then the rest of the party will still have to use. So you will have made a loss today.
Ah, balls. There's only so much you can do. I'm going to imagine that 90% of this was I was explaining things to Cat, Kay, and Curve, and then one of them ended up eating things as I pointed them out.
Mhm.
It's just like, well,
Knowing my history with berries,
yes. Okay. Well, I'm good for the day. You can all starve. If anyone else
Okay.
wants to go and look, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, what did you get on your perception check?
15.
15. Okay. Given the light rainy weather, it's a little bit difficult to see, but it's not necessarily stopping you from seeing by any means. You can see tall grasses, the occasional tree, and kind of groups of bushes that are huddled around in small clumps and in the area. You can see like there are small woodland areas, kind of hit and miss throughout the area. As you continue on your way, you're moving on for a little while, and you see what looks to be 3 forms, otherwise moving about the area nearby to you. They don't seem to be moving in your general direction, but they're just moving around. They're quite large and taller than the grass itself. What do you do?
Sorry. I would like to get a little bit closer as stealthily as I can to try and figure out what these large forms are.
Okay. Moving on, without letting your party know, you otherwise travel towards these creatures. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Okay. Total.
23.
23. Okay. Approaching the creatures in question, you can see what looks to be. With the 23, you get there otherwise unnoticed from what you can tell. You get a bit closer and you can see that they are otherwise quite large, kind of a light pale greenish coloration, kind of a dark back to each of them where they have kind of significant sunburn, and they look humanoid in shape, kind of crouched over. They're not wearing much skin, or not skin, clothing, sorry, from what you can tell. But there are kind of what looks to be kind of a few warts and patches, kind of a little bit of a crooked shape to them.
Uh, I will send a couple rats to go to Romulus and Vinny and point them in this direction.
Okay.
And
Is it
I want to see, does it look like they're trying to avoid us? Or
As you otherwise kind of get a general look at them, I'll say, from what you can tell, the 3 of them seem to be huddled around something. As one of them pulls up what looks to be kind of this thick kind of clump of red matter and just kind of begins to chew on it and pull strings of stuff from their mouth.
I've read books before. Can I try and figure out what these things are?
Roll me a nature check.
That's a 14.
14. It's a bit difficult to say. They're quite large creatures by all means. They're probably from what you can tell from this hunched form, if they were to stand up straight, they probably reach around 11 feet, 12 feet tall. They themselves are humanoid in general shape and size. I'd say with that nature check, you can generally tell they're possibly related to giants, but you're not entirely sure how or what they are exactly.
Oh, that actually works in our benefit. I am going back to the party.
Okay. As you're otherwise making your way back towards the party, the rest of you, I would like you to roll a group stealth check with disadvantage as you were not made aware of the threat in the current vicinity.
Hey, I didn't know they were a threat.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so I think that might be
Ouch.
4 fails across the board. So, Cap?
Hang on, I get +3, so 5.
Okay.
Don't even know why.
Curve?
6.
6. Benny?
Guess what? It's a 7.
Okay. And Romulus?
What do you know? It's an 8.
Okay. So, 5, 6, 7, and 8. As
I
K
think
is
we
your...
should get a bonus for sequential numbers.
I would say K, as you're otherwise moving back, you can hear kind of Romulus chatting about like various bits and pieces and holding up a mushroom of some form and kind of talking about it and so on. And the entire party's paying attention to that. And you hear what sounds to be kind of this kind of "Oh, crash down, say this," and you kind of begin to hear rustling and movement through the grasses nearby. You are currently going to be racing these creatures. What is your movement speed?
Movement speed. 35.
I'm talking to just K. The rest of you haven't noticed them yet.
Oh, fuck.
30.
30? Okay.
But seeing as they're moving in, I am dashing.
Okay. As are they. As you otherwise kind of begin to rush in, K, as you are currently a little, not far ahead, but a little ways ahead. You are rushing ahead from them towards the rest of the party as they are slowly but surely gaining on you. The rest of the party at this point, with the passive perception, I will say, with the rain currently going on, masking a little bit of the sound and Romulus talking, not really any of you have noticed them.
But how far away is the party?
I'd say probably 100 feet, closing on to 60 feet very soon.
As soon as I get within 60 feet, I'm throwing a dagger at Romulus.
Okay, so you get within 60 feet and you throw a dagger at Romulus. At which point, go ahead and make attack roll. With advantage, because Romulus wouldn't have noticed this, given your stealth roll. Romulus, what's your AC?
My AC is 16.
Go ahead
That
and
hits.
roll damage then, Kay. This is not with your natural weapon, so this does not add poison. It's just the D6, or D4, sorry, of dagger, plus your dexterity modifier.
3 plus 4.
3 plus 4, 7 damage. Romulus, as you're otherwise walking and explaining this, you kind of hear this sound as it otherwise strikes into your shoulder. You feel the sudden pain and look, as the rest of you all note this as well. As Romulus stops talking, a dagger is lodged in Romulus's kind of upper arm muscle bicep. As you otherwise look to where it is, and you can see 3 large forms that are otherwise moving through the grass. You can see what looks to be kind of almost these reddish, almost backs to them, as they're running on all fours, kind of slinking through the grass at an incredible pace. And at this point, I would like everyone to roll for initiative, please.
You know, you could have just yelled, right?
That would have revealed his location, though.
Yeah, they're already coming for us. This is not like a. Also, I believe throwing a dagger would counter something that could break stealth.
Yes, it would.
You dick.
I am going to be accounting for that. Don't worry.
Oh.
All right, so I think we should change up the music here, don't you? What do
These
I
dice are
want to-
cursed. Bring me another.
Bring me another.
That's not how that works. You know that.
Oh,
There you go. They've been refreshed. They fell off the table. That's good enough.
That'll do.
That'll do.
I'm just gonna do that every time they get a bad roll now. Just be like, you have displeased me. Push.
You have displeased Cthulhu. I don't know where all of my... I need to sort these out at some point. I don't know where all of my battle ones have gone. So we'll listen to this one, because I know this one is, and I like this one. Alright. So, let me quickly roll for these three. This will be a good time to get to use these. I'm looking forward to it. It's been quite some time. And I'll get some tokens for these things in just a mo. Let me just copy these over to current encounters. Okay. This should be a good preliminary test to see how strong you've become after your level up to level 5. Wouldn't you say?
Do you remember to account for the fact that I have just been stabbed and may be focusing on a specific little rat rather than the fight?
I thought you just blow up the entire area.
You might change your mind after you see what you'll be fighting. 1, 2, and 3 in that order. 1 got that one, 2 got that one, and 3 got that one. Hey, nice. You got it in ascending order.
If you want to kill me for that, go ahead. But I can't yell that distance.
Okay, so 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
19.
Also 19.
Okay. So you two will get to decide who will go first. And this will be with a map for the most part, but the map will be improv. And it will be, I will say... I don't have my random encounters map like I used to. Because I didn't remake the new ones. Actually, you know what? Let's just put you here. You got grass in the area. Romulus, I'll say, is leading the way, following his nose. Cat will be behind. Curve will be there, and I'll say Vinny will be somewhere nearby. And Kay, you are running from this direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You're there. And I'm going to quickly grab their tiles.
Woo!
Sorry, I hadn't finished. 15 to... or 10 to 15.
14.
10 and 14 on Curve and Romulus.
7.
7. All right. So... Alrighty then. So, at the top of the initiative is our good friend, the first one of this lot. And my initiative order is not being nice to me. Come on, play nice. You're done there, Romulus. You are there, and you are there. Okay. Okay, here's your initiative order. You'll probably not be going to the right anytime soon, so... We have Vinny and Kay going at the same time, followed by Curve, followed by Cat, and then Romulus. And the initiative token...
Didn't Cat get higher than me?
I got 14.
Oh, I got you two the wrong way around. My bad. Okay, so Cat, you're up there, and Curve, you are down here. Cool. Thank you. And I will now provide the tokens for the 3 who you will be competing against in this particular instance. As you see from the area around you, there are the initiative tokens. Will look to be 3 large meadow trolls.
Oh, fucking hate trolls.
You watch as, from this particular instance, the first one to go will be troll number 3. As the third troll sees this dagger kind of fly and looks back, you hear it. For those of you who speak Giant,
which
in the party, which I believe is Cat, hear it say, "Get the little one! It's just in front of you!" And then is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he is going to perform a... And he is going to perform a stone barrage in a 2x2 area, so I am going to hit Cat, Curve, and Vinny with it. I would like you three to all roll me dexterity saving throws, please. As you watch, as it otherwise reaches into a pouch, pulls out a clump of rocks, and throws them in your general direction. Damage for this.
7.
7, that's a fail.
11.
Yep.
11, that's a fail. And Vinny?
It's an 11 for me as well.
That's a fail. So a fail from all three of you. So each of you takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage. As it hurls a bunch of small rocks, which for the most part don't do a lot of damage on their own, but as a group, as you are pelted with them, you can feel kind of bruises and wells where you're being hit and barraged by these tiny rocks. That is going to end troll number 3's turn. Vinny and Kay, you two are up.
You should go first.
Okay.
I don't think I can hold off a troll by myself. I would just to try to be able to get near the party. I am when it comes to taking the hide action, am I able to move after that without it breaking my stealth?
You'll be able to move up to half your speed, yes.
Okay.
And then if you dash, you'll break your stealth. Okay.
Just because I don't want to get called out by possibly more than one troll here, I am going to take the hide action.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Do I get advantage because of tall grass and I am small?
In this instance, no, because these individuals are tall and they know where you are. So this will just be a flat roll to allow it to happen, because it's countering the disadvantage of this.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. So, easily enough in this tall grass, given your natural size and your general evasiveness, you otherwise duck into a small portion, then begin to kind of skitter around and move, making it difficult for them to know where you are.
I'm going to stop there because that's half my movement right there.
Okay. And that would have taken your action and your movement. Vinny, you're up. Unless you have something you can do with your bonus action, Kay?
I do not have anything I can do with my bonus action right now.
Okay. Vinny, you're up. What would you like to do?
Should probably engage one of these to stop it rushing other party members. Okay, so I'm going to move south.
Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, that's fine.
Move over here.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my action to slash at this thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's my sword.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
This is the only one facing me, so this will sneak attack if it hits. I should have rolled damage with this, oh well.
Oh well. Total to hit?
Do 9 plus 7, so 16.
16. As you otherwise slash forward with your scimitar for the first strike against the kind of the tough hide of this creature, you can feel the slight resistance as your blade does cut through it. and you otherwise draw the blade through into that first cut. So go ahead and roll your damage and sneak attack, doing the extra then. This is versus troll number 3. Total?
Okay. 14 slashing damage.
14, okay. Taking the first cut through it, you drag your scimitar through it, and you can see that the wound is quite a deep one, but you generally note that it's quite a hardy creature. It's going to take more than that to bring it down.
Yes, trolls are tough. I'm gonna use my bonus action to try and to get off a second attack.
Okay,
My
go ahead and
offhand,
make me
it'll
a
do
second.
less damage, but
Still, second attack. Here we go. Hits, doing 5 additional points of damage.
5 damage. Yep.
Okay. Going in for the second one, this time an upward draw cut as you otherwise spin with a little bit of a flourish, drawing across its chest as it grunts at you, kind of bringing its claws down, which you can now see are almost curved and scythe-like, in very much a prepared manner to otherwise link in a few good swings. You can see there are bits of blood that are otherwise dribbling from its mouth from a previous or recent kill, it would seem. Okay. With that, Cat, you're up.
Okay. Right. I guess these guys aren't going to negotiate. They just instantly launched an attack. Alright, I am going to cast Sentinel Ward on myself, and I'm going to shout out in Giant, we don't want to fight.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me Wild Magic to begin with for Sentinel Ward.
Cool, let's go. Can't wait.
Doesn't go off. Okay.
Thank God. Sentinel Ward is second. Cool.
Second level. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you shout out, we don't want to fight.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me, I'll say, because you're doing this with a bonus action, make me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Well, actually, surprisingly, I mean, it's persuasion, so I'm probably going to be bad at this. No, I'm not. What the hell? +2. That's 18.
18. Okay. In this instance, as you otherwise shout that out, there's a little bit of note as they otherwise look back and otherwise take note. As the blue one shouts out in Giant, which only you can understand and the rest of them do. Don't kill the horse one. She friend. So they're not going to attack you. Can't say the same for the rest of your party. But that's your turn.
Okay.
Curve. Unless you wish to move, Curve, it is your turn.
Okay, I think I am.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Mhm.
My apologies. It is Troll 2's turn.
Oh,
I misread. Sorry.
okay.
Troll 2 is going to move up and is going to take an attack in this general space in front of it. It can't hit you because you're not within that range, so it takes a swing with its claws and kind of looks around. It's going to have a look with, try and see if it can perceive you. It rolls a flat roll, even though it's using only its bonus action, and it would have disadvantage because it has advantage on this. Even with your natural 20, no, it doesn't sense that you're there, and otherwise looks around before kind of shrugging off and is going to continue moving. So 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and it's going to move there. And it's going to shout out, which Cat you can hear, "Little one gone, careful." They are intelligent creatures and they are strategizing, it would seem. Curve, it is currently your turn, as the rest of this one's attacks are wasted.
I am going to cast Mind Sliver on Troll number 3.
Okay. Is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
I'm sorry, I don't. What do you mean?
Mind Sliver should have a to hit a bit section to it on your character sheet.
Oh, it says Oh, is that more? Sorry, it says intelligence save.
Okay, so I need to make an intelligence save on my troll.
15.
15. Okay. That is a total of 9. No, so go ahead and roll the damage for Mind Sliver. And what else does Mind Sliver do?
It is 2d6 psychic damage, and they take negative 1d4 from their next saving throw until
Okay.
your next turn.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll me the 2d6 psychic damage. Okay. 2 damage.
I'm off my game. Off my game.
You're
now.
off your game. Okay. And that one is to that one. Alright. As you otherwise kind of pointed out, what does the Mind Sliver look like?
It is almost like a ghostly looking crow that just flies straight into its head.
Okay.
Its eyes meeting before disappearing into it.
Okay. As it sees that and kind of swings its hand up in almost a claw-like swing towards the crow passes straight through its hand and into its eyes, to which it kind of shakes its head slightly, just kind of grunting and sniffing as if it otherwise coughed up something. Okay.
And
That is your action.
bonus action. I would like to consume the Snoopy snack.
The Snoopy snack. Okay. And if you wish to move, go ahead and do so. Whether that be getting your distance or moving closer, it's up to you.
How far am I able to move?
30 feet, so 6 squares. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So technically 20, but yeah. Could be from there.
Yeah.
Okay. And your movement there.
Mhm.
Alright. End of your turn. Romulus, you are up.
All right then. How far away am I from something I can smack?
15, 20, 25. 25 feet away from the closest troll.
4, 5, 6, 7. Good. I have 35 feet of movement.
Oh, you're getting
That'll-
closer to get to hit with that one.
That'll get me
Okay.
advantage and Vinny advantage.
Okay.
Okay. Not advantage, the other thing.
Flanking.
+3 flanking.
Time to flank.
Okay, flanking. So you have a +3 to your to hits here.
I am going to rage with
Okay.
bonus action. Yeah, I think that's. Do I reckless?
Do you?
Fuck it. Yeah, let's reckless this.
Okay. Reckless with your +3. Go ahead. Show me what you got. That hits.
It definitely hits. I'll roll the second attack now as well.
Okay.
As
And
extra
what will you
attack.
be attacking with?
I'll be
That hits.
attacking with the mole because these guys regenerate, but if I smash their bones up into little itty bitty bits, eventually it's got to work, right?
You don't know. You have to find out.
I mean, I assume they regenerate. That's meta knowledge, I guess. So this is obviously
We'll
with my
find
strength.
out.
So okay, so that's base 16 plus 10 from my strength plus 4 from my rage. So 30 damage.
30 damage. Okay.
Yep.
Taking a heavy 2 swings towards this one. You swing in from behind where it's otherwise facing Vinny, and you otherwise crack as you watch as one of the knee joints just pops out of place as it stumbles down onto that one leg. As it spins towards you, your maul connects with its arm, shattering the main forearm of the troll itself.
Vinny, finish it. I don't know how much health they have. They probably have a lot more health than this. We're probably fucked.
So, at the end of your turn, it is now Troll 1's turn. Troll 1, who is it going to go after? Romulus and Vinny are currently attacking its friend. Curve ran away, and Cat's a friend. Curve's a danger to cat. It's going to go after Curve. 5,
It's
10,
very
15,
true.
20, 25, 30, and it's going to dash to move the rest of the way to get adjacent to you. It's actually going to stand here, and it's going to protect Cat.
Aww.
It's going to otherwise impose between Cat and you. Otherwise, with its arms out, it's unable to do anything because it dashed, but it runs up and kind of blocks the way for the moment with that little bit of hesitation. Okay, it is now the red one's turn. To which Romulus and Vinny. For Vinny, you watch as the very thin cuts that you've otherwise put through it just begin to slowly seal up. But for Romulus, you watch as the forearm and the leg pop back into place with the bones not necessarily knitting, but the flesh knitting around them to heal, leaving it as a kind of disjointed and warped arm and leg.
All right,
Okay.
then I guess it's time to all might this motherfucker. It's not damage nullification. It's damage absorption, which means there's a limit.
This is very true. This will reduce Troll 3's movement speed down by 5 feet, and its die size for one of its claw attacks is reduced by 1. So,
Absolutely take that as a win.
so it is going to, with its first attack, or it's gonna, with its 3 attacks, it's going to take 1 claw against each of you, and then it's going to try and bite you, Romulus, because you did the most damage to it. So we'll do 1 claw against each. Vinny, you get the normal arm, which hasn't been damaged. That is a 20 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Romulus, the other arm against you is a 22 to hit,
That will hit.
but does reduce damage because of the broken arm section. And then that is a natural 20 bite against you, Romulus.
Oh, God, you do not understand how much I wish I had my fucking runes right now.
So, Vinny, from the hit against you, you take 9 points of slashing damage as its claw rakes across in front of you, leaving only a few light gashes across you, but otherwise leaving a little bit of a tear through your very recently repaired shirt.
Okay, that was 9.
9, yes. The
Okay,
bite
I'm
will be the
going to Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. You Hellish Rebuke is a dexterity saving throw on its part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a 16.
Believe.
It's versus your charisma plus your stuff, so it
Yeah,
should
it's
be
the same DC as everything else. So yeah, DC 15, so it does.
Yeah,
pass.
so it just succeeds. Okay, so it will take
So
half damage.
3d10.
D10.
I don't know. Oh no, I've got them.
Oh,
That was a 9.
It was actually a 7, a 7, and a 9 before
it was
the
a
reroll.
7 and a 7 and a 9. I did see that before the second reroll, so I will take that.
Yeah.
So that is 23 halved to 11.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 11 fire damage as
11 fire damage, and you watch as the regeneration ceases for
okay,
1
yes.
round.
You
Fire
really gotta
damage
cast
does seem
that
to
one.
work.
Oh, that would be real great if I had any.
Okay.
In case it matters, I think my maul has the thing that makes its attacks technically count as magical for resistance. And shit.
Yep. These don't have resistance to non-magical weapons. Don't
Cool. Just thought I'd check.
Yep. No, that's a fair thing. So the claw attack against you, Romulus, that hit is using a lower die size. So that comes to 10. Rolled quite high on the lower dice. So 10 points of slashing damage, halved to 5 because you are raging.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by the crit, which does 9 points of piercing damage, halved to 4.
That is almost depressing.
Well, the crit did less than
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's just how dice rolls work sometimes.
That's just how it be.
Yep. So, with that is Troll 3's turn. Vinny and Kay, it is your turn. You decide who goes first.
You can go first if you want.
Okay then. How bad is this troll looking? I know it's healed,
It's
but what should it be?
sustained it's sustained some damage. It looked better after a little bit of the healing, but after the Hellish Rebuke, it seems to have suffered significant damage to the point that it's looking pretty bad.
Okay then. I'm gonna try and wear it down a bit more.
Okay, go ahead and
So
make me
I've
2 more
got
attacks.
Flanking.
You benefit
so
from
I
you benefit
can-
from flanking, so that's now +3 because you have hit level 5.
and it's still the only one attacking me, so I will have sneak attack.
Yep.
And Romulus is there now, so
Yep, also true. Go ahead. Total to hit. It's 13, I believe.
13, yes.
Yeah. As you otherwise swing with your scimitar for that attack, its hand is there and ready, and it catches it on one of its nails, breaking the nails, mind you, but not necessarily damaging it in turn. The nail doesn't regenerate, but you can see that it's suffered several chips and breaks in the past. They will grow back.
Okay. If I can see, this seems like a desperate deflection rather than a deliberate parry. I'm going to go for the
Mhm.
offhand attack
Okay, go
and
ahead.
try and keep pressing. Sneak
Go for it.
attack has not actually been used yet, so
Correct.
but this is still an offhand attack, so no ability score bonus.
Unfortunately not.
14.
As you make the attack on this one, unfortunately just misses. As you make the attack again, this time with a bit more of a preparation to it, seeing the second attack coming, it lifts its arm, and even though the other arm suffered some serious damage, it's confident in the slash as it otherwise meets with bone, not doing any significant damage in the hardened section of the backer forearm. Okay.
It's all you, Romulus.
Okay.
I just look at you
Okay.
with disappointment in my eyes.
Okay, it's your turn. What would you like to do? Move up behind that one. Okay.
I am going to move here. I wanted to ask,
Mhm.
when it comes to attacking, can I lead with my bite?
You can, yeah. It's just you then have to use your action for attacking and not casting a spell.
I mean, was gonna attack anyways, so.
That's okay.
Alright, so I am going to attack this thing. Do I get advantage from unseen attacker?
You would indeed. So go ahead and make me an attack roll. That is indeed a hit, doing how much damage?
Give me 1 sec.
That's 2, should be 9, I believe. If I've got that right.
Yes.
Okay. 9 damage. You take a bite into this one. As you otherwise run up behind it, biting into its back and shoulder. You kind of feel this sudden power drawn from its flesh. In this instance, you did not roll high enough to get the regenerating effect, but you did gain Keen Smell, which gives you advantage on Wisdom Perception checks when relying on smell for 1 hour.
That's actually really good. Okay. Alright.
Claw attacks. Or tail and claw,
Aiden.
I should say.
Yes. Tail and claw.
Not with advantage this time, but
Yeah.
1 on each.
Just rolling them. Ooh.
Totals. What's the 6?
The 6. That.
Now remember,
is
your
plus
weapons
7,
are...
or
Were
plus
your
8.
weapons subtle, were they?
It's not adjacent to any. Oh wait, it's adjacent to me.
Is it...
It
So what
just
was
says
subtle again?
adjacent. It says. It says deal 1d4 additional damage when attacking a creature who is adjacent to another creature.
Okay, so
I
this would be
technically
adjacent
classed
to...
as.
No, unfortunately, it's not counting you in that particular one. I think that's just where I had to finite it down.
Okay, so.
Because it's meant to be either an enemy or an ally in that instance.
The 6 is a I don't think either of these hit. It's a 14.
No, just misses, I'm afraid. As you otherwise bite the back of this thing, it immediately kind of feels the pain and moves forward a bit. And as you go to claw and use your tail, it spins, and as it does so, its hand catches both of them, knocking in. You go a little bit spinning, but land back on the ground, otherwise unharmed. It otherwise bears down at you and just growls with its claws bared out on either side of it.
I'm not even gonna try and move. I'm just gonna sit here and wait.
Okay. End of your turn. Cat, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna resume my conversation with them because why not?
Okay.
Stop. They're my friends. Like, we don't mean any harm.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage, even if you're using your action, because Romulus and Vinny and Kay have all attacked them.
Yeah, no.
They did attack us
And it
first.
was
That's
that
fair,
was
but still.
my bonus action as well. I was really gonna roll with disadvantage, but
Okay.
yeah, that's
No,
+3. Yeah.
No, this time around, as you otherwise shout this out, the one who's on the ground kind of goes, "Don't listen to her! They're hurting us too!"
There's a time to be nice, and then there's a time to be knife stab with a mole, which is very unpleasant for everyone involved.
So, Cat, that is your bonus action.
Okay. Oh god. Cat won't attack. Oh god damn it.
So what does Cat do instead then?
Okay. Right. What are they wearing? What have they got going on? Is it
They're
literally
wearing
just a
very little.
loincloth?
It seems to be mostly a loincloth. A few of them are wearing, like, not necessarily satchels, but straps of leather and stuff in places.
Okay. Is there
One of them's got a
anything?
bag of rocks.
Yes, true. Is there anything on any of the wrists or anything?
No.
Okay. Fine. Right. What have I got going on here then? I can't do that because I've already done it. Okay. Alright. Alright. I mean, Cat won't attack them because she won't. But I'm going to send Jeff over to Romulus and cast Sentinel Ward on him.
Okay. So Jeff is going to fly over to Romulus. And you're going to cast Sentinel Ward through Jeff. Go ahead and
Yep.
roll me a wild magic, please.
Out of curiosity, right? If wild magic
Mhm.
goes off and I use Jeff, does it detonate on Jeff or does it affect me?
It would affect you still.
Boo.
'Cause
Okay,
you're the original caster.
fair.
In this instance, this is a second level spell, correct?
This is in fact a second level spell, yes.
So so it doesn't go off.
Woo. And Jeff will be coming back. I don't know how much movement speed he has. 60.
Jefferson Owl, I believe, has 60, so it should
Yeah.
be fine, yeah.
Yeah, he can come back to me. It's not a problem. Because he has flyby.
Okay. Alrighty then. End of your turn. It is now the Green Troll's turn, who sees Kay and is going to make 3 attacks against Kay. First attack with one claw is a 21 to hit. The next attack with the other claw is a 15 to hit. Does that hit?
No.
Okay, so one claw, and the bite, rolling high on that, that is a 24, so that hits as well. So, the claw deals 14 points of slashing damage. Do you wish to biologically resilience or anything?
No. How much damage was it again?
14.
I'm not going to.
You're not going to? Okay. And then the bite does 5 points of piercing damage. Okay. It takes 3 heavy swings at you. The first one you otherwise duck under, as the second one catches you across the legs and otherwise spins you around as it goes in for a bite. Doing a similar thing towards you, it bites your shoulder. And as it does, it kind of pulls its teeth back, revealing the kind of tearing away a little bit of the armor, but very much more showing the kind of the metal plating underneath where the skin and fur has been removed from that attack. Okay.
Just you wait. I'll get you back for that. I will
No
fight
doubt.
you even harder.
Can you use this bonus action for anything? No, not in this instance. Okay. Curve, you're up.
Quick question.
Mhm.
With my high level spell, you know which one? The highest.
Highest. Let me go to your character sheet and quickly check.
Ah, yes, my spell, murder, death, troll fucker.
If only.
Death to trolls. Yes, I do.
Am I able to control how far that goes?
You don't necessarily control how far it goes, but you can directionally choose.
Is
So
there
if you-
actually a directional choice for me here that doesn't involve a possible
Cat.
casualty?
Yeah. So something on tabletop that we have, which we stole from another mod, Shameless, but the mod has since been shut down, so I just have this now. Is this. So this is a straight cone, and this is a diagonal cone. And you can put this. You can put this here and go, that's my diagonal cone. You can put it there and say that would be your diagonal cone before it flips.
Fire into the air!
You could fire it into the air. You could fire it up through this thing's face and avoid Cat entirely. You could go for a straight cone as well, and you could hit Cat if you wanted to. Depends on what you want to do.
The one that misses Cat.
Okay.
Okay, now,
Shame.
I don't know what this is, but I do think you should put your palm on its chest and fire it there.
Okay, so
Or
you're pointing
head
this
and
up.
fire up.
You're pointing this up towards its head.
I mean, sure.
Okay. Wisdom save. No, that's an 8.
Oh.
So you'll watch as Curve pulls the what looks to be kind of this rag that wraps around her horns and around her forehead. As she pulls it down, you see what looks to be a burlap sack. Well, I'd say Cat, you see this. A burlap sack scarecrow mask, and you watch as her eyes and mouth immediately become aflamed and begin smoking. As this happens, you watch as the troll kind of just begins to almost backpedal as it is now frightened of you.
Also, it drops its item if it's got a weapon or something.
In this instance, no, there wouldn't be anything.
Its arm drops off.
Ah!
Its teeth fall out.
Ah!
It's okay, they can regrow them.
Yep.
Gummy and armless.
Okay. So,
Gummy hummy ha.
is that the end of your turn there, Curve?
I will.
That's your action, and that will also use up one of your spell slots, just as a general
Yeah,
note.
I understand. Okay.
And you are concentrating on this.
Mhm.
Okay. You're going to leave its range. It's going to make an attack. It makes it with disadvantage because you made it frightened. No, that is a natural 1. If you wish to, you may perform an attack against it with your reaction.
Eldritch Blast.
No, it would be a weapon attack, sorry, that you'd be able
Oh,
to do.
fine. Am I still in range for that? Okay.
It would be as you're leaving its range, so technically you're doing it while you're here.
Okay. Yep, then I shall slash it through the chest with my scythe,
Go ahead.
which is sorry, I'm doing this wrong. 2d6 plus 4 2d6.
Mhm.
Please be better, please be better.
Oh, you've got to roll your hit first. But yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. Well, it's already used its reaction. So as it goes and it takes a swing towards you in kind of a frightened state, you kind of scoot under, attempting to chop off its hand and kind of swing across its chest with your scythe. As its hand catches your scythe and just goes a little bit tumbling behind you. As you have dropped your scythe with that natural one, you can either choose to pick it up as your bonus action and keep moving, or you can choose to leave it there and do something else for your bonus action.
Pick it up.
Okay, you reclaim your scythe, kind of putting it to your side as the troll is very much frightened of you. Okay, Romulus, you are up. I will give it a marker.
I am up.
You're up.
And
You can
to
see
clarify,
that the troll's regeneration has stopped for the time being.
this one in front. Yes, yes, indeed. I'm recklessing. I'm smacking. I may also do some hornsing. Should the bonus action provide?
I'm just going to quickly double check if the straight functions until doesn't function at the start of the troll's next turn. So it won't occur at the start of its next turn coming up.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh God, I should not have rolled all of those at once. Now that I think about it.
So you're recklessing. So first attack, that with a 12 hits.
I
Recklessing,
don't.
sorry.
I am recklessing. Yes.
Okay, so then you roll the second one. So first one hits, and then we'll just these are the damage. So
depressing damage.
second one hits.
Yeah, still hits, but depressing damage.
Avoiding.
Plus 14. So
plus 14 is
23. Yeah, 23.
23. Okay.
And then I'm coming in with the horn attack, I guess.
Yeah, 23 that much. Okay. And horn attack. Go ahead and make an attack roll. As you take your two heavy swings with the maul, you catch it by the other leg. This time, as you hear a pop and you watch as the leg snaps, taking another swing against its chest, you're fairly certain you crushed a few ribs. As you move into it and stab it with your horns, doing
plus
6
plus strength and rage.
I believe it's without the strength because it's using it for damage for part of as the bonus action.
That's a bit sad.
So
but
damage.
Yeah, 6 damage.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Almost
Okay.
30 damage.
No, very true. But it is very much on death's door. As you see, it's kind of on the floor, your horns embedded into its chest, preventing its nipples from regenerating, as it otherwise looks back at you angrily, but very much like
nipples on my head. What? You know what I'm.
I know, and I'm going to give you inspiration for that because that was well done. So, okay. With that would be the end of your turn, unless you wish to move. It's going to be the blue one's turn.
I don't think there's much of a benefit to me moving. You know what? There may be a slight one. Hey Vinny, do you want to give me extra AC?
Bear in mind you've got the glyph of ward, the sentinel ward on you, so you also have a +3 on your AC at the moment.
And you've also used your bonus action to use your horn, so you can't bait and switch.
Nope, does not require a bonus action.
Really?
Last time I checked it.
From what I remember, that is accurate. It's a weird one.
Yeah,
I'm checking this because I'm like, really? That's an oversight?
Yeah. It's weird. Maybe we're missing something. Please look it over.
No, that's why I kind of want to check.
When you're within 5 feet of a creature on your turn, you can expend 1 superiority die and switch places with that creature. Provided you spend at least 5 feet of movement and the creature is willing and isn't incapacitated, this movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Okay, so it requires the spending of 5 feet of movement to do it. Okay.
Which is, more than doable. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and swap places with me, and
okay,
just add a +6, or
D6.
sorry, a D6.
Don't just add 6. That's not fair. Get 6 anyway.
3. Yeah, I'm gonna give that to me. Sorry, Vinny.
No worries. I think you've pissed it off more.
Yeah.
That's fair. So, end of Romulus's turn. It is now the blue troll's turn. Blue troll doesn't get to make a save because that's the fear spell. Make sure to mark that off as a used slot, by the way.
I will do so.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Thing.
well, no, that's you as well. Both of you technically for different reasons. It is going to turn to you, Cat, and it's going to say, "Come with us. We can provide food and shelter," and it's going to run away. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, dash, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And yeah, I'd say he can still see you currently. Actually, I'm gonna say he's gonna fall prone on purpose just to get his head into the ground so he can try and make a save. So he dives into the ground.
Ostrich.
Yeah. So in
Trostrich.
this instance, yeah, he just dives into the ground. He makes another wisdom save. Doesn't make it. That's another 8, and he's gonna remain hidden, frightened, and cowering in the ground over here for the time being. All right, back to the red troll's turn, who doesn't regenerate, and is going to proceed to otherwise look at the two of you and look at its friend running away. We need to go. We need to survive. It's going to disengage and move 10 less feet of movement, so only 20. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. It's up to you guys if you want to follow it, but it disengaged just to try and get away.
Can I use my reaction to just say let them go? As I understand what they're saying, and I know no one else can.
I'm going to leave that up to Vinny and Kay, because it'll be up to them to see what happens.
They shall not escape.
Okay. You have to wait till your turn, Cat. Vinny, you're up.
Okay. I'm not going to chase down a fleeing opponent while Kay is in trouble. So I'm going to 20, 25, 30, bonus action dash. Whoop. And I'm going to yell at this one.
Just yell at it.
We've demonstrated that they speak a language that isn't common, and Vinny has no idea what they're saying.
Okay.
So I'm just going to point at, sort of flail my swords in the direction of his fleeing friends and just scream.
Make me an intimidation check. I'll roll a wisdom save. Okay. Just don't roll low and... What is the total? This actually matters.
Intimidation. If we're doing -5 and a natural
5.
1, then that's 1.
That's 1. You do not beat its wisdom save of 2.
Oh.
So you shout at it, and it looks at you confused and shouts back.
Hey, he made his decision. He can't run now.
Okay. So that would be your action. And Kay, what would you like to do?
Meow, meow, meow. I want a troll. I don't care which one I have to get, but I want a troll. So, just because I'm that kind of guy, all of my attacks from now on are aiming at its Achilles tendon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am taking out its ability to run away.
Okay,
I
go
won.
ahead. Okay, go ahead and give me your 3 attack rolls. If you're aiming for a particular part of it, this will mean that it has a slightly higher AC. Just so you're aware.
I have flanking, so I have +2 to hit.
Yeah, +3 because your proficiency's gone up. Okay,
Alright.
so the bite attack gets a total of
That's 9. 9 plus 7.
9 plus 7
Plus
plus 3. So 19. Okay. Given the increased AC of what you're trying to hit, taking it to 17 means that will hit. And then the other one definitely hits, so that is 6 plus...
That is 6 plus 4 plus 2.
6 plus 4 plus 2, so that is 12 points of damage. Okay. And then...
Yeah, 3 plus 4 plus 2.
3 plus 4 plus 2 is 9. Okay.
And the last one for claws.
Hits, doing 6 plus 4 plus 2.
plus 2.
Another 12 damage. Okay. So with that, you carve out a few good attacks going for the Achilles heel or Achilles tendon. You otherwise seem to snap it from what you can tell, and otherwise ripping your arm or ripping your claws back.
Did I sufficiently get enough to get something out of that? With the bite?
You would have, yes. It unfortunately rolled a natural 20 on its Constitution saving throw for its tendon, so it will not be losing its movement speed on its turn. However, you do gain one use of the regeneration feature, giving you the ability, which I will otherwise put into your character sheet for next time. Basically, you will heal hit points equal to your level at the start of your turn for 1 minute if you take fire or, in this instance, necrotic damage instead of acid, because these are meadow trolls. Fire or necrotic damage, then the regeneration will stop. If you are reduced to 0 hit points, but your regeneration does not stop, you will not die. You will instead get up, and you'll be healed. But you'll still make the death saving throw at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
So that is notable because that will mean you could potentially still accumulate death saving throws. Okay.
Interesting.
And because you rolled a 6, you gain 3 uses of that.
Yeah.
Okay. And those only last for a minute instead of an hour, so make sure that's noted. Okay. With that being your turn over, Canada, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to grab its hand and I'm going to say, please, run away.
Roll me a persuasion check. This is without disadvantage here, if you wish to use your action.
Yeah, I do.
So using your action, so just one roll.
Could I theoretically make a point for advantage because I was attempting to take out its ability to run? That it might.
In this instance, the advantage of its friends running away with the disadvantage of you attacking it balance out.
Can I use Tides of Chaos? Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, if you want Tides of Chaos, go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Apologies, I'm back.
That is 14.
That
14.
troll looked like it's moved.
Okay. Do you wish to regain your use of Tides of Chaos now?
Sure, why not?
All right, roll me a d100.
Cat becomes a plant pot.
52.
Please tell me that's a plant pot one. That'd be so funny.
This is counted as a base level 1 with no modifier because it's Tides of Chaos. Actually, no, it's equal to half your level, so no, that would be 3. No, 2 because it rounds down. And this is a 52.
Mm-hmm.
As you otherwise hold on to the troll's hand and otherwise say this, there's a moment of like necessity to this, and you watch as kind of this spectral energy begins to form around you as these giant runes saying shield otherwise begin to form and spin around you as you gain +2 to your AC and immunity from magic missile for the next minute.
Oh, look at that. Excellent.
As that will be a success versus the troll, who's on his next turn is going to dash, not disengage.
Okay, as my
Okay.
bonus action,
Hmm.
I'm gonna say, let them go.
Okay. Vinny, do you make an attack of opportunity against it?
If it's running, then that's a win. I'm not going to try and interrupt that.
Okay. Are you making an attack of opportunity against it?
Just to try and get more from it. I want
Oh,
to. You're chasing away my food, okay?
okay.
Worse, you're chasing away an infinite food source.
That's not how this
Exact-
works, but still.
I mean, that.
Okay, well, how long until it runs out of troll meat? You know.
I need a persuasion check from Cat. From me.
Okay, Cat, make me a persuasion check, and I will say Kay, you'll be making a wisdom saving throw here unless you have other criteria.
Oh, she's not very. I mean, I have got my tides
Um,
of chaos back, I
I'm-
guess.
I'm just gonna do the wisdom save.
Okay.
Yes,
So
with
you're
it, I
trying to
might
beat
as
an
well.
8.
That is an 8.
Okay, so go ahead and reroll both of you. 15,
15.
12. Okay.
I'm tired of this. I want food.
Thank
And the
God for that.
trolls will run away. Romulus, will you attempt to engage them? And Curve, will you be doing anything to intervene with their running away?
Do I feel like I could kill one of them? Say this red one that I know has low HP?
It's very low on HP and it's slow, and the other one's coming to help it, but they are running away as a sign of not necessarily weakness, but of they. At this current moment, they're leaving you in peace. It's up to you. Cat has just said let them run. If that influences your decision at all.
Mm. Mm. Do I still have that dagger in me?
Yes.
Yes.
As a barbarian, I believe I do have proficiency with daggers, yes?
Yeah.
It's a light thrown weapon, which means I'd use dex instead of
Haha.
strength. Mm.
It's
1, 2, 3.
Well, actually, no, you can
4,
use Dex
5.
or Strength, can't you?
Oh!
Because it's
Okay.
a thrown weapon, you get to use either rather than just Dex.
Oh,
I believe that's
excellent.
also true of melee finesse weapons.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it at Kay.
While
Here,
your
you
rage is
drop
still up,
this.
go ahead, make an attack roll.
I am recklessing this.
Yeah, whatever.
I actually don't have a D4, so I'm just gonna quickly snag one over here.
Yeah, go for it.
God, I've never wanted a 20 more in my fucking life. Well, it's definitely a hit.
Damage, go ahead and roll.
Assuming we're using strength, that is some.
16 or 6 damage.
Yeah, sure.
No, 7 damage.
7 damage.
It's okay.
Technically,
as
I'm
you-
raging, but can I choose to not use rage damage?
No, rage only applies to melee anyway, and this is a
Oh, that's
thrown,
fair.
so it wouldn't apply. So, in this instance, as they're running away in this moment of calm, of like, oh, combat's over. You pull the knife free and just throw it at Kay. And like the worst game of throwing knives at people's feet, which I don't know the game what it's called. You throw the knife and it sticks in Kay's foot before he kind of pulls it out. You take 7 points of damage, Kay.
Yeah.
You know what? Now we are actually even, because I also took 7 points of damage.
I mean, if you guys want to get surprised next time, then I guess
You
you
could
don't
have picked up
to.
a rock and thrown it. Did it have to be a dagger?
It's the only thing I had.
Pick
throw
up
a
a
rock
rock.
down
Put
here.
it in there are rocks all over the floor. I'm stepping on one right now. It's stuck in my hoof. Fuck.
Oh, whatever. I don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a point, actually, Romulus. Should you be wearing shoes?
How fucking dare you? That's incredibly rude of you to say.
Curb, what's the duration of fear?
I think it was an hour.
An hour. Okay. You get the
Wait,
general
let me
feeling.
double check. Sorry.
That's
'cause
right.
I don't want to be. Oh, I can't find it. I think I was thinking of another thing.
You should be able to just hover over the name, and it should say it in the bit that pops up in the next to it.
Oh man, I was off. I'm sorry. Concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay. Well, you sense that after about a minute, he succeeds his save, but by this point, they're quite a ways distance away.
Yeah.
So.
I had the one right.
Hmm? You had the one right, yes. Just a difference between minutes and hours. It's fine.
Yeah. Sure.
And so.
So I can. Oh, yeah.
And so, with our party avoiding any deaths or potentially serious injuries, the party have averted what could have been a rather dangerous development. With a little bit of diplomacy and psychological warfare, they are now free to continue on with their journey. But who knows? They did roll poorly today, so we'll see if they have anything else to fight against. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Actually, speaking of which, it's not you're here next week, and then
I'm
we're
here
taking 2
next
weeks
week,
off.
yeah. Then we're.
And then
off.
we're taking the 28th off.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are here next week, and then we'll be taking the 28th off, which is the week after, so just so everybody is aware. But thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.